fire.
Guys is out today. Dang, summer finally here.
That's what it feels like with the weather.
Finally, summer's finally here, y'all boys. Shoot, we made it to episode 9. Damn, barely. Last week we had to take a little break. But we back again. This would be week 10, but damn, week 9. We here, but you already know what it is. Welcome to Unwanted Feedback, where we're giving you our thoughts on stuff you didn't even know you need opinions on.
We're the couple you didn't ask for, bringing you advice you didn't want with zero filter.
Hell yeah, damn, it's been a long couple of days. It's a long couple of days.
How's your week been?
I mean, days been long, but I don't know why it's been a long couple of days.
Mm-hmm. How was your week last week?
Week was good. Last week was like magical. I was supposed to talk about it last week episode, but first of all, worked up in the Upper West Side on Sunday. That was fun. Very nice neighborhood. I was at a very rich neighborhood working over there.
Well, yeah, it's the Upper West Side.
The Upper West.
XOXO.
Exactly. You know, I did.
Girl.
You know, I did a birthday party out there with Uncle Sal. We did a little DJing. You know, a little photo booth action for a birthday party. Shaky. Yeah, I'm the guy
it's
that's
actually,
like.
For them, it would be say matzah.
Yeah, it was like, it was a Jewish family.
Say arugula.
Say arugula.
Yeah,
arugula. Arugula's fire. You don't know what you're talking about.
You like arugula.
I love arugula. I love when they put the raspberry arugula, or they do the peach one. Oof. Peach one be fire. But that was fun. That was Sunday. And then Monday, I was like, I'm off. I'm about to go on an adventure. So I made it into Central Park, y'all boys. Central Park was lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big park. For y'all that never been to New York, that don't know what Central Park is, it's a huge park pretty much in the middle of Manhattan. I went to a couple places. I mean, not even a couple places because it's so big. I only went to a certain portion of the park. And it was like Disney World. You walk in, you got mofos laying on the floor in the sun, on the side, on the grass. You got people, what do you got it? What are they doing? They got people playing baseball, like walking their dogs. There was mommy and me classes over there. There's like a doggy party going on over here. Yeah. You ever seen those Renaissance fairs where people are in a circle and they're like, they're dancing in a circle and they're playing like the Renaissance music. You know the Renaissance music. It's kind of like Irish, like, and they wear their gowns and you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Cheers! Yeah, that's what it felt like in Central Park. It felt like an episode of Shrek, or a scene out of Shrek. That's what it felt like.
Damn, what was you on?
I wasn't on anything. High off life in there. I'm telling you, it was good energy in there. But that was fun. But how was your week?
My week is pretty good. I mean, same old thing. Work home. So
your weeks are always boring. Mm-hmm. Nothing fun happened at work. What happened with these Beyonce tickets? What was the latest on that? Your boy said he's gonna line that up. What's happening? Talk to me.
I mean, he's in Florida, so
no Beyonce.
Maybe. There's still Wednesday and Thursday, so we'll see.
So there was a show last night. Our boy Ricardo went.
Yeah.
He didn't really show too much.
I mean, why would you?
Exactly. If you're not there, you're not there. Well, our boy was out there. So Jess didn't get to go last night. It was Sunday night. But there's more shows this week. You said Wednesday and what day?
Thursday. Okay.
Damn, it's gonna be tough. MetLife is a hell of a place to get out of.
Get to and get from.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope you do get to go though.
Yeah.
But Beyonce this week, that's gonna be fire.
How you feeling after your Celtics loss?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you something. Listen. You Knicks fans, I told y'all, if y'all don't run up on me when y'all see me, especially this week. I'm in the city this week. I'm laughing out loud. I am definitely laughing out loud. Yeah, I could be a hater. Yeah, my boys 1, 2, 3 Cancun. Everybody's down there and vacation. JT got hurt. Game 4. No excuses on that because we lost the first 2 games and we should have never lost those. Knicks got that. Knicks won that. But listen, Knicks fans, I think it's best for y'all to accept the loss this round versus the finals. Y'all can't take defeat. You see how they going on outside of the stadium? Out of MSG? Could you imagine the finals? Nah, bruh. Call the National Guard. Call the Army.
They're gonna have to if
Trump.
the Knicks ever get.
They
anywhere.
need you. Nah, for real. So it's better if they lose now. Because I don't think they should lose in the finals. If they lose in the finals, I don't think the city's
mad
ready.
Long
Since
New York won anything.
The Knicks won in 73. But it's been long since then.
The Nets have never won.
The Nets never won, and they were in New Jersey. They went 0-1 against the Lakers. And then we already know how that went. Kobe got that one. But other than that, never won. So the only thing y'all got to hold on to is the Yankees. And they choke in the playoffs. You got the Liberty. They just won a championship.
That's true.
WNBA.
They did win.
You know, Jets and Giants, they both trash. So, I mean.
But the Giants will always hold over beating Tom Brady in the
What?
Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, let me get up again.
OBJ with the helmet catch.
What the hell?
That was against your boy.
That wasn't against Tom.
That was against your boy.
OBJ?
I was
about to say that was definitely against the Cowboys.
I'm just trolling you.
I remember that stretch.
It doesn't matter.
And OBJ didn't do the helmet catch. OBJ did it looked like he stretched his arm and caught the ball. That's what you think about.
Yeah.
Helmet catch is someone different.
Dang, right.
Yeah, see?
Gotta go back to bed.
Yeah, you're not a Giants fan. See, y'all New Yorkers, boy, y'all something else.
We got the Bills.
The Bills, they choke every time they get to the AFC Championship.
I don't want to say that they choke. I feel like
they can't get past Patty.
The Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah, Patty be cheating.
But when you get paid $100 million,
Patty be cheating, bro.
I mean, did you see that it did come out, right?
What?
That I think 2 refs that ref his games the most got fired or something.
What? So he getting paid under the table? Probably not from him, but
I don't think paid under the table, but just not making the right calls. I feel like I
believe it. All this simulated.
Oh my god, my
Celtics
back hurts.
Celtics lost. Why your back hurt?
I feel like I'm 25. I feel like I'm 85.
What happened? What's wrong with your back?
I guess sleeping wrong pillow.
We
Hurts
need
so bad.
We need to get you some new pillows.
More. I feel like every time I get a new pillow, it's not the right pillow.
Yeah, because we keep buying the wrong
But
ones.
since you wash the pillows haven't been put back together the right way.
Meaning like
the outers and the inners of the pillows.
Yeah.
Some of them are not
the right ones.
Or they're not even put together. It's just like an outer in a pillowcase.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
Yo, I gotta fix that. Head ass. Nah, that's my fault. But definitely we'll do that this week. At least we'll have something else to talk about next week. Yeah. But not today was fun, Memorial's Day. Shout out to all the what do you call them? The veterans. Yeah, sorry. Shout out to all the veterans that served the country.
God bless America.
My home.
Land that I love. Dang, see, you're not American.
How'd it go? Because you don't know music. Yeah, exactly. That's all you know.
You obviously don't know the Pledge of... What is that?
The Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for you to go brush your teeth. How do you not know the Star Spangled Banner? See, we're messing it up. That's the Pledge of Allegiance.
I know the Pledge of Allegiance.
And
I used to say it for the whole school to stand up.
Oh, you were the one that came on the microphone?
Yeah, and then I did the announcements.
On the TV? I always wanted to do the one in
I grew up in the ghetto. We ain't have no TV for announcements. You go on the loudspeaker and it come on.
That was it?
Ain't no TV.
What the heck? Yo, why you act like you was like, you grew up in like the sticks? Like, you telling me you didn't have no like
I didn't
morning announcements that was like on the TV?
No, we didn't have TVs. We grew up in the ghetto.
Or a monitor? You never had
No. You keep asking me the same question. I grew up in the ghetto. We couldn't afford that.
So your teachers never rolled in the TV when they didn't want to teach? So when they didn't want to teach, what y'all did? Just do whatever?
When they didn't want to teach?
Yeah, your teachers never used to roll in the big back TV when you was in school?
Rolling
It'd be like
in
we
a big
watching a
back
movie.
doing that and for morning announcements are two different things. Yeah, we had the TV if we had a movie
Nah,
day.
the morning announcements was on like channel. Say for example, it was like on channel 3 or channel 7, and the school would control this channel. So like anything, like
No, we didn't have a TV channel.
and it actually played through the library. You didn't know that?
We didn't have a TV channel.
That's crazy. Yo,
What you mean I didn't know that? We didn't have one.
how the hell? That don't make no sense.
I thought that was a TV thing.
A TV thing?
Yeah, like you see the TV shows on TV have their schools have the, like in Degrassi.
So your morning announcement was, "Good morning, Brentwood High. It's me, Jessica Jinkway."
I mean, not really.
Today
like
for lunch,
that.
we're having chicken patty.
And we weren't announcing lunch.
Y'all wasn't on. See,
We were announcing like the scores from the games from the night before and things going on during the week.
and things that going on in school. Never talked about lunch.
Why? You get the lunch calendar sent to your house.
Nah, but they always talk about lunch, just a little refresher. So when you going through it, you know what I'm saying? You going
You
through
should be
second
more
and
prepared.
third.
Nah,
When you going through
prepared.
second and third, and you like, damn, man, I'm hungry. And then they could just come through the announcements. Usually announcements come around like third, fourth period.
Third, fourth period?
Yeah.
No, announcements was in the like homeroom.
Begin. Nah.
Yeah. First period. We're doing
It's
announcements.
too early for that. First period, you got your class. Second period, you got your class. By third period, I believe
No.
it was. All right.
Ours was you get to class, before class start, you hear the announcements, do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then once that's done, school start, bitch. You better have your pencil and your notebook ready to go.
I always had a backpack full of nothing, full of air. And
bet.
then I had that's a lie. I had a folder, but all my papers were outside of the folder. So you know me pulling it out, I'm like on the corner of the
Yeah, a mess.
on the
Hurricane
corner of the
Jamaica.
desk. Shh.
Hurricane.
Yep, flatten it out, sign it, bring it to the teacher.
What was your mascot in school?
A horse, stallion. My apology.
Fire.
Yeah, Coral Springs Colts. They were No, Stallions was my middle school. Home of the Stallions was the middle school. High school was home of the Colts.
They had to change my high school mascot.
Yeah, yours was
The Indians.
high key racist.
High key, I guess.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, Indians are native. The Native Americans is the proper word. Preparation is the proper word.
You preparing the Indians for dinner or something?
No, whoa, never that. That's crazy. That's wild. Yo, so yeah.
I have another story.
Another story. Give me it. I want to hear this one. So listen, the last one we were kind of like, we didn't know what was it Foxy's and the dressing up. You don't remember the story you read?
I'm trying to figure out what you're
The story
saying.
with the Foxies. What was it we talked about?
What Foxies? What is that?
In your story, you talk about someone dressing up as a fox, and they were like texting people. What were they doing?
It wasn't called a foxy though. They're called furries.
Furries. See,
That's what I was confused about. You keep saying foxies, and I don't know what I read.
How do you not know what you read? You brought the story to the table. This girl brought in a whole fox story about a man who used a tail.
Fox, it's a furry.
Yeah. Either way, we found out what erotic.
Eat away or us.
Yeah, we found out what erotic stories he was writing, and what.
And he was telling them, and he sent it to his professor instead of his final paper.
It's crazy. Definitely, we're gonna make sure to read it properly before we get on there.
All right. Well, this story is for all my lover girls and all my lover boys. You know what I'm saying? Want your opinions? What would you do?
All right.
I, 30 female, have been divorced from my ex-husband for about 5 years. Our split was amicable, no drama, no hard feelings. We just drifted apart. Since then, we both moved on. I remarried and recently had a baby, and he's also remarried and has a baby with his new wife. A few months ago, my mom bumped into my ex at the shops. They couple of years, but they always had been friendly while we were together. That person can't type. After chatting, he and his wife invited my parents over for lunch. My mom asked if I was okay with that, and I said I was fine with a one-off lunch and them catching up casually, out of courtesy and recognizing the past closeness. However, since that lunch, my parents, particularly my mom, have continued to stay in contact with my ex and his new wife. They've met up multiple times, sometimes without telling me.
Stop.
He said, I've heard enough.
Stop. Why are we meet? Why? mom's holding on to hope. What?
I mean,
Are they? No. No.
All right.
Once we're done, they're done.
Yeah.
What do we do? What are we hanging out for?
What are we
talking about?
What are you starting up?
What are we hanging out for? What?
Hold on.
Keep going.
They explain.
Piss me off.
They've
more.
met up multiple times, sometimes without even telling me. I had to ask to find out it was happening, which already felt a bit off. While I was overseas recently, they met up again. What's really made me uncomfortable is that my mom has been sharing private details about me with them, things like my birth experience and personal parts of my relationship. I even saw messages from my mom to my ex's wife talking about shopping, complimenting her style, even saying things like, I loved you all, which honestly felt like she's just totally moved into this new friendship. I recently confronted my mom and told her that I'm actually not okay with this ongoing relationship. I feel like it crosses a boundary and frankly feels like a betrayal. She doesn't seem to understand how it could be hurting me despite her having instilled in me the importance of loyalty and trust throughout my whole childhood. So, am I the asshole for telling my mom I'm not comfortable with her maintaining a relationship with my ex-husband and his new wife? I don't think she is.
Why?
She's not the asshole.
Who is?
Like the lady, the person who wrote the
so
story.
she's not.
She's not the asshole.
So you think that what?
Her mother should not be continuing a relationship. Kobe, you're not part of this podcast. Her mother should not be continuing a relationship with her ex-husband.
Yeah, nah.
But then also sharing details about your daughter with him and his new wife, like
that's a big red flag.
Why does he need to know that? Okay, if you want to be friends with them, that's fine, but like, why do you feel like you have to share what's going on in my life with them?
I guess because like obviously they were once an item, so she knows her best, or the ex-boyfriend or husband, whatever he is now, knows the daughter, so mom feels comfortable enough to repeat it. But it's like they are no longer in contact with each other. They are no longer like together. Why are we like no? Cut that completely out. That's ridiculous. I would never, Kobe. Like that whole thing is so weird to me. Like I understand, Kobe. I understand if like you can like Kobe. I can understand if like you guys like build a bond or whatever or created a new bond, but that can close a chapter. What the hell? We still being friends? That's kind of like Dave Portnoy. I was reading up on him the other day. He's talking about his ex-wife still has access to his bank account. Now hold up now. If you don't know who Dave Portnoy is, he's the CEO, if not co-founder or founder of Barstool Sports, and businessman, comedian, food taste tester, all that stuff. He was talking about it the other day. I think it was on Club Shay Shay or someone.
Yeah, it was on Club Shay Shay.
Yeah, and he said his ex-wife still has access to his bank accounts because when he was broke, she was there with him. And he's trusted her all, like throughout the years of her being there when he was broke. That now that he has money and she's seen the success and that they're separated, she still has access to it. Let me tell you something.
That's a man.
That's a man?
That's a man.
That's an idiot. That's what that is. What? Are you serious? You know, any day she said, let me clear this out.
But that's the point of him trusting her, is that he knows that she wouldn't do that to him.
You wouldn't lend an ex $1, much less that you probably have trust.
No, but God forbid if we were to get divorced after this podcast blows up and we both have money now, you don't think that like I'd still give you money off the podcast that we both made?
Oh, I'm taking it all.
Oh,
it's the challenge.
Good to know.
Call me Johnny Bananas.
Hopefully I have a baby by then. You can't get squat. Yeah.
Yo, but never in a million years you would think that some man would keep like his wife access to his own money, his ex-wife, and he got a whole nother lady now. So it's like they should become, they should become friends. His mama should become friends with them. They should all just run off with the money at this point.
Oh, so leave Dave Portnoy with nothing.
He got left the app, Barstool Sports.
He can generate more off of that then, I guess.
Exactly. But never in a million years would I would ever leave money, or my ex-wife will still have access to the bank account.
Wow, you
That's
got hands.
insane. I almost dropped the iPad. That would have been crazy.
Well, now that story time's finished,
Yeah.
it's game time.
What's the rules?
Your face looks funny when you do that noise.
What's the rules? What's the rules?
What's the rules? We playing Would You Rather.
All right. So then, how we play this? What we doing?
I'm going to ask you my question and you're going to pick an answer.
All right. Cool.
All right. Would you rather receive an alert every time your parents hook up, or have your parents receive an alert every time you hook up with someone?
I think I'd rather have the alert when they hook up because they not doing anything.
That's what you know.
They not doing nothing.
All right.
They not doing nothing.
Hey, listen. You got to keep it.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? It's just that quiet, like it's 11 o'clock at night. You about to go to bed and you hear the little, like a little jingle of a
It's
bell.
got to be like something, like a sexy one, though. Like, it's got to be like, my sexy love. Like, that's got to be like the ringtone.
Sexy love. That's the Shauna's ringtone when I called her when I peed on myself. We're not going back to that. Sexy love. Nah, we should.
I
you know
just
what it
meant
is?
like a sexy song, like a in the mood song.
Oh, I
like,
got you. Like a
like bed.
like a nightingale. No, not nightingale. The what's my guy's name? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
That song. All right.
Songbird. Yeah, by Kenny G. Kenny G. Songbird.
All right, ready?
That'll be annoying.
Number 2.
I'll be scared.
Would you rather pry off your thumbnail with a fork, or put a toothpick under your big toenail and kick a wall?
Say that one more time.
Would you rather pry off your thumbnail with a fork, or put a toothpick under your big toenail and kick a wall?
But why am I kicking the wall? What's the purpose of that? Or why am I prying off the? All right, so then I'll pry off the nail. I know it will hurt, but kick. You gotta think about it. I'm gonna kick the wall, and that toothpick is gonna go through my foot.
I can't.
What's the purpose of that? What are you doing?
Pain.
They're both pain. So what are you doing? Yanking that toenail off?
I think I'm gonna kick.
You're gonna kick? So you're gonna kick the wall and let it stab your foot?
Yeah.
And you think you're the Messiah? What the hell you think you're doing? Go put the thing through your foot? Wild.
All right, number 3. Would you rather? Well, this one's gonna be easy for you, I guess.
Let me hear it.
Pee your pants in public once a week, or poop your pants in private every other day?
Poop my pants in private because like I'm by myself. No one, you can smell pee, bruh.
But every other day you're pooping your pants. So like you're gonna
but no one will ever know, right?
But you'll be spending mad money on pants.
No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know.
Kimani was always right calling you a doodle flake.
You listen. I'm making sure that I'll poop myself if there's no smell that comes with it.
That's insane.
If no one's gonna like call me out on it, then hell yeah.
All right. Would you rather always have to use sandpaper as toilet paper, or would you rather always have to use hot sauce as eye/ear drops?
And sandpaper as toilet paper. At least I know I got a clean ass.
You don't have a cut booty.
Yeah, but then what you gonna do with your eyes? Use hot sauce as eye drops?
Bun up.
Well, no, it's not gonna burn because how is the eye drops gonna help? How is the hot sauce gonna help you if it's eye drops?
But it's gonna burn the pepper in your eye.
You're talking about actual hot sauce?
No. Yes, of course.
But
I couldn't even think of something to compare it to.
Exactly. But but then why would I pick that as an option?
Because that was one of the questions.
That's retarded. Sorry, you can't say that word. Hey, Kobe, delete that last part. Take that part out.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Would you rather get violent?
Thank you.
The answer is crazy. Would you rather get violent diarrhea and throw up on your boss while giving a giant presentation in front of the entire company, or trip while walking down the aisle at your own wedding, causing you to break an arm? I'm not gonna lie, if that ever happened and like you broke something coming down the aisle at the wedding, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, you're on your own, buddy. Someone here is going to take you to the hospital. I'm staying.
Nah, I'm gonna have to stay and jug it out. I'm gonna have to get like tablecloths or something and turn it to a sling. We gonna nurse that baby, but I'm staying at the yeah. So we going with the trip on the wedding walk-in for 500, please.
Crazy.
Definitely.
All right. Would you rather have hair for teeth or teeth for hair?
Ooh, hair for teeth. I'd rather be Sasquatch mouth than be like a teethy person. Teethy is not even a word, but teeth in your hair.
Teeth as hair.
That's disgusting. You can have the hair anywhere under your arms. You can have it above your lip. You can have ground beef. You know what I'm saying? On your chest, on your head, on your pubes. You know what I'm saying? Your pubes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, imagine having teeth on your trail, your happy trail. Like, you know, yeah. Do it again. No. Do that again. No. For the mic. Say for the people in the back. Hell no, I'm not doing that. But definitely hairy mouth. That's scary. Hairy mouth.
Okay, would you rather walk in on your grandma while she's hooking up with someone, or have your grandma walk in on you while you're hooking up with someone?
I think grandma walking on me, she gonna forget that image. Much as me walking in on grandma, I'll remember that forever. Speaking of, so in I always got a quick wild story. This was when we were younger. Andrew, Christina, and I, we would stay in my grandma's room whenever we went to Jamaica. So we went there for like 2 weeks. So we stayed at grandma for 1 week, hotel second week. First week, I was at like day 3. Grandma would like change her clothes in the room like late at night when we're supposed to be asleep. And one night, I think I must have like got up or I was up. Grandma came in the room and she went to change and grandma went to drop the robe and I was like, no way. Grandma done dropped the robe right there thinking I'm sleeping. I'm like, I kept quiet. And I think I probably made like, no, I didn't say anything. The next day I told Andrew, I was like, bro, grandma came in the room and just dropped the clothes on. He's like, you're lying. Long story short, I think it was like probably one of the last nights, which is crazy. But one of the last nights we were at her house, I must have been like, bro, just stay up. First of all, why are we trying to stay up? Just to see if I'm right. But then at the same time, why are we staying up to see grandma drop the robe? You know what I'm saying? The moo-moo. So then it was late that night. And we were already up because, we excited. The next day, hotel. We're kids. We're ready. Like, we can't sleep. Grandma come in the room. And again, grandma dropped the clothes.
You
she
said
changed
come into what room?
Come into her room because we stayed in her room. Grandma had like 2 beds. I would sleep with her in her bed. And then Andrew and Chrissy, they had their bed to the side. She came in and did that, and I think one of us like snickered. She turned around so fast, like, and we just act like we weren't moving. And then after that, she just turned around and put. And then the next day, I was like, "Bro, didn't I tell you grandma was dropping clothes in the room?" It was crazy, hilarious. R.I.P. to my grandma.
R.I.P.
Yeah, that actually happened, which is wild. But grandma walking in on me, I could never.
All right. Would you rather...
Or grandma walking in on me would be better than me walking in on grandma.
All right. Would you rather have to sleep in a coffin full of snakes every night for an entire year, or have to cut off your own pinky toe?
I think the snakes. I think after 3 nights, 4 nights, 5 nights, I'd probably be used to it by then. It would be uncomfortable, but you'd be used to it. But who in the hell sleeping, full on sleep for how long?
A year.
Nah. But then cut your pinky toe off with what?
That's it. Or cut your own pinky toe off.
Nah, I'm not cut. Why are we hurting the body? And you never said that you didn't say these snakes were dangerous. You just said snakes. So they could be friendly snakes. I don't mess with snakes though. Don't run up on me with no snake. No, I'm not gonna put no snake over my shoulder. I'm not finna do all that. Like, I'm not that. I'm not that guy.
You're not that guy?
Not that guy.
Not that guy?
Not my kind of thing. So let me ask my would you rathers.
Wait, can I do one more?
I mean, sure, go ahead.
This one's funny. Would you rather have your taste buds on your butthole or have to poop through your mouth? Not funny?
Fire for that. Why you mean butthole? Why is my tongue gotta be on my butthole?
Fire.
Wait, you said my tongue is my butthole?
Your taste buds. Nobody said tongue.
My taste buds is my butthole? Nothing is... No, we're not doing that. What the
He
heck?
said nothing is no.
No, we're not doing that.
Nothing going up there?
Nothing.
Big fire.
Swear to Jah, say me never. Come on now. Shout out to Vice Cartel. Nah, but why would my butt be a taste bud? It would have taste buds? Nah. Whatever the no option is for none of them, I'm cool with.
The other one was poop through your mouth. So I guess you're pooping through your mouth.
Nah, I'm pooping through my mouth.
Blech.
Projectile poop too. Get back.
Chill.
Like a Pokemon. Get back. Gastoid. Attack.
Stop.
Doodoo mouth. Attack. Everything.
You almost really made me gag.
You know what I'm saying? If you could dispense 5 liquids from your hand, what would it be?
5 liquids?
From your hand.
From my hand?
Yeah, so like from your fingers. Like each
pew, pew,
yeah,
pew,
each
pew.
one is a liquid. 5. It has to be.
Water.
Mm-hmm.
That mermaid polar.
From the seltzer. Okay.
Tequila.
Okay.
Espresso martini.
Okay.
And chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. Wait. Well, I'm glad you threw the espresso martini, but I guess you plan on drinking the martini at like 7:00 in the morning before work.
Why not?
Hey, it's just espresso. So then,
Call me Sabrina.
Then you have again. You have juice, no water, Polar Springs, Polar
mermaid seltzer.
Mm-hmm.
Tequila, espresso martini, and chocolate milk.
You got 2 alcohol in there. Yeah. Someone, do you need to speak to someone?
What do you mean? That's free. You talk about if I could just spew something out of my hand. That's saving money.
It's a bargain.
It's a bargain. What are we doing?
Yo,
That means every time we go to the restaurant, I just ask for a cup. You don't got to pay for my drink.
Can I get a glass, please? With
Can I get a
lemon?
martini glass, please?
Yeah, and just use your fingers. Beep.
This is my espresso martini.
You know, I didn't really think about what my 5 liquids would be. It'd probably be like orange soda, Gatorade, water, a mule. Yeah, gotta have a mule.
It wouldn't be orange soda. It would definitely be like
ginger ale,
pineapple D&G.
Ooh, pineapple D&G. Yes, for the cocoa bread and the oxtail. That's a good combo. So yeah, or the pineapple ginger D&G soda. That's what it is.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
No.
D&G soda out of one finger, water, Gatorade, a mule. Gotta have a mule. For all my people out there, that's what? Tequila? No, vodka, grapes, fruit, or ginger ale.
What?
Yeah, you could do it all kinds of ways.
What do you mean do it all kinds of ways? No, you can't.
How do you make a perfect mule?
A perfect mule is vodka, ginger beer, mint, and lime.
Put all that in a bowl, in a
bowl. Yep.
yeah,
Stir it up. Drink it
like
there
it's cereal.
Go.
Like it's
with a spoon. Warm it up.
No, warm it up. You trying to bait me? You funny. All right, so let me ask you this: why do people think they deserve a raise for doing their job? I was talking to my guy Christian when we were on our way to the job the other day, and he said he had this conversation with I guess his upper. And they didn't understand why people should get a raise for doing their job. What do you think?
What do you mean, though? Like, annually? Like, why people every year should get a raise?
Yes.
Because every year the economy changes and prices go up.
Well,
so in order for people to maintain their living situations, whatever that may be, you need to make more money to accommodate for the changes in the economy.
I mean, I believe the same way like that too. His boss was saying, like, if you are paid to do your job, why should I pay you more to do your job? Like, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, like, what really are you impressing me by if you're doing what you're supposed to do? And I had to break it down to him, and I was like, okay, I get what she's saying, because what it looked like is this person is a workhorse. Like they feel like this is what you're supposed to do. This is what, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't know anything less than being the best at what they do. So in their mind, they're thinking that everyone is probably the same, and you can't really you can't gauge everyone the same. You may be a workhorse. This person may be lazy as heck. This person may be needing, like, they probably need like words of encouragement to even get going or feel like they're, the best to do their position or their job. But for someone that is like really good at their job to turn around and say like, why should I give you a raise? I think that's unfair, because people deserve a raise when they show dedication to a place and show that they would put this place before them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where I feel like people should get a raise, is based on how hard they work at a job and what they bring to the table. Now, mind you, some people have been there long enough, and longevity helps people get raises and stuff like that. That helps too, but there's so many people that I know that work at places that literally they just sit on their ass all day, and they've been there so long, and they're like, I want a raise. And it's like, what are you really doing to even get a raise? Just because you've been there don't mean nothing, So I get both sides, but people don't deserve a raise. People deserve to even be told you're doing a great job. A lot of places don't even know about doing that. Yeah. And I think that's the most basic way to keep people from turning over and leaving your job.
And it's only going to get harder, though, too, because with this new generation, I feel like the kids are so sensitive, but also like, what's a good word to use? Not lazy, but like they need the motivation. They need like, okay, you need to do this, this, and this. They need direction. They need all of that stuff, which is fine. But the lack of initiative and the lack of just doing your job without being told anything, whether it's you're doing a good job or whether they give you a directive, they don't do it, the younger kids. It's harder to find people who have good work ethic. Like, that was something that the boomers took with them. They didn't freaking show their kids how to have that.
But, everyone's computer driven nowadays. Like, everyone wants to hustle through the internet. I see that just seems to be the way to really get going. And a lot of these kids look up to Kai, look up to Tyler, look up to DDG, all these like streamers, that's doing their thing. Look, Kai just did Streamer University this past week. That was like monumental. Everywhere you look, it's something about Kai and Streamer University on IG, Twitter, anything. Facebook,
I didn't even know that he was doing that.
Yeah, Kimani went for it. He made top 100, he said, which is pretty good because amount all the kids in the nation, and I think they even got some kids from overseas, or I think Canada. I don't know if that's considered overseas.
No.
Across the way. International. You still across, but there's no sea in between us.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
We're on the same piece of land.
Yeah, it's still North America. But you know what I mean. Canada is a part of North America. Canada is not a part of North America? You bet. They'll let you know. Y'all, is Canada a part of North America?
You don't need to ask them. Oh, you should know that.
I mean, I know that, but you said, he was like,
I was trying to throw you off.
How you gonna throw me off? Come on, man.
I mean,
I'm Mr. Worldwide.
Okay, you're not Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide.
You should shape your head though.
For real, I should go bald. Hairline is receding.
I didn't mean it like that. I think you would make a cute bald man.
No, I mean, I could be Michael Jordan. Yeah. So, I was reading the news this week, and this is a part of the Would You Rather. Some folios in Louisiana thought it was pretty cool. They were some inmates that were in jail, and they decided to they basically escaped the jail through some hole that they built behind the toilet. And then they wrote on the wall, too easy, and literally like left. And a couple of them got captured. I'm not too sure if all of them got captured, but one of them went on live as soon as he got out, and he was like, I'm fresh out. And they were able to find out where he was, and he wasn't too far. But let me ask you, if you were in their position, how are you escaping the city or the country as fast as possible? How do you think you were going to escape?
For me, The only way to escape prison in general is if I have money. If I don't have any money, I'm not escaping prison. So let's start there. Let's say I have money. Let's say I have money stored away. I'm going to go to wherever my money's at and I'm going to get my money. And then I literally would just walk. Probably go to like a bus station or a train station, something where I can get a ticket. Not a plane. Not something that they're going to have to check, obviously. Like with security. Because bus stations, you don't have to go through security and stuff. And then just take it as far away from where I am. And then once I get to somewhere, ask somebody to put me in their truck.
You doing cash or card?
You have to do cash. That's why I literally said if I have cash.
Okay. I was just making sure you're not going to use your card. So you use cash. You don't think cash can't be traced. And you can't really say, oh, this was stamped at this time from that person.
Yeah.
Okay. But what would you like? You play if your life is GTA, like how are you getting out of it?
I'm going somewhere. I'm gonna find a little Papi Chulo who's driving the banana truck over the border, and I'm going with him underneath his chickens and stuff.
And you don't think everyone has done that before?
I mean,
but that's how you gonna make it to Mexico?
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on the situation. Like if we were still in Florida.
Okay, if we lived in Florida, how would you flee?
I'm stealing somebody's boat. I'm out of there.
Boating out of there? You forgot there's a Coast Guard. You forgot that there's like water police.
I mean,
come on now. See, you would end up like all these other folios talking about something. I'm fresh out. How the hell you fresh out and you on the run? You not fresh out. You fresh out to be back right in like a week. And that was before you know he was gone.
I know you ain't talking like you gonna get out and you gonna go and be fine.
If I would do it, I would go.
You wouldn't be fine. Because what are you going to do differently than what I just said?
Me? Okay, so if I had the money, so the first thing I'm doing is I'm with the money, definitely getting me new passports. That's off rip. New passports, trying to figure out, and it's valid, like it's U.S. government passports.
I mean, but that's going to take a lot longer than you saying how quick are you going to get out of the country.
Yeah, that's true. Nah, who I know, passports going to be coming in the next day. So passports come next day. I just got to make sure I'm nowhere near.
So you were a gangster. She was a gangster. Yeah.
I was a gangster. Yeah. I got to go doo-doo. Yeah. My stomach hurt. Yeah.
He was an idiot.
I think it was the lamb chops. Yeah. Your uncle made lamb chops. Yeah. And the chicken. Yeah.
I didn't even have no chicken, but the lamb chops was smacking.
Lamb chops was smacking. Oh
and shrimp cocktail was good too. Shrimps were big.
Everything, bro. Shout out to Uncle Sal.
Uncle Sal can cook.
Yeah, he chefed it up today.
He was like this.
Yeah, he was Salt Bay for real. He was all the salt.
I thought I was in Fogo de Chao.
All the salt and ashy elbow was all over the meat.
He wasn't ashy.
No, he wasn't ashy, but you know.
White people don't get ashy.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. What you use? Jergens?
I don't use lotion.
Everybody.
But like you're not one to talk though, Stefan. You don't even use lotion.
Girl, you don't see my legs glistening on this camera? Come on now, that bitch shining.
Because you literally took a shower and were like, oh, let me lotion before I put these shorts on in front of this camera. Jit does not use lotion.
I mean, I just started using lotion again. As I said, like, my people would be proud of me. I just started using lotion again. Like, I used to wear pants a lot. So it's like, why put on lotion if you're going to wear pants?
That's not the point, though. Like, you're supposed to put lotion on anyway.
Nah, bruh. But now that legs is out, you know, summer's here, legs is out. Got to make sure the legs is moisturized, you heard? Damn, see?
All right, Carl.
Accent. Yo, so whenever Jess throws on her New York accent, I've been calling her Carl. And if y'all don't know, Carl is Karl Anthony Towns, who plays for the Knicks, and he swear he got a New York accent. And he from Jersey, but he said I do it for the boys in Rocker Park, you know, for New York. He not from New York, like stop. Oh my God.
Big fire.
That's what he said. Oh my God, foul. Don't touch me.
The SEC.
That's Carl for real. Yo, speaking of sassiness, we was talking about that lady last episode that they want to pay when it comes to the group bill, and we had a couple people, on TikTok that came, gave us their answers, and I'm gonna go ahead and shout them out. So Kingdom Daily on TikTok, that's my cousin, Cliff. He says it depends. If my people ain't got it like that, then yeah, one big pot, then split it. Otherwise, every man for himself. All right. GMA 3883. She said, going out with friends, yeah, no, I'll pay for mine. What if a couple 2 to 3 order lobster or something? No, I'll pay my own. Shout out to Harlem Brown Eyes. She said the dog made me stop scrolling. Yeah, Kobe does have that effect.
He's famous.
He is famous, but this lady's teacher mom 00, she said, this happened to me. I got a $13 sandwich and paid for my drink at the bar. Everyone else was getting like filet and drinks, and they split the bill. I threw a 20 out and said, that's my portion. My boy Tay said the same thing. Back when we was in college, when we used to go to Ale House right by FAU, he would always throw his money out. Like halfway through, and that's more of like self-control. So like when they come to this is my money, I'm paying for my drinks, food, whatever, and that's it. I'm not paying for nothing else.
You don't want to get caught paying for other people's stuff, but it's different. Like I said before, it's different if you have an understanding. Mm-hmm. It's just different.
Harlem Brown Eyes, she made another comment. She said, some people try to be slick when splitting the bill. I went out with a friend and her friends for her birthday. 2 of her friends ordered drinks and then some. She got pissed when we paid and didn't want to pay for the rest of the meal. I don't blame them. Y'all need to stop doing that. Pay for your own damn food and stop trying to group everything as, oh, we all gonna pay together.
No.
Like, nah, we not doing that. But yeah, definitely we had some interaction from that last post. Appreciate a lot of y'all. Nick, she said something. Jessica Howard, Palmer, Peruse. Some cool people were on there and they gave their perspective, but a lot of them said like going out with friends, it doesn't matter. They'll like look out for each other, but anything that like associates or that, nah, bring your own money. Make sure you pay for your own meal because I'm not paying for everybody else.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
What's your ideal like first date spot? Like where would you take someone on a first date?
Ideal first date, like right now, I like adventures. So I feel like adventures is always cool. And you can always tell somebody can like really hang on an adventure. So like if we go to like a park or somewhere where we could just like walk, take a trail so we can actually like get to talk and bond. But I wouldn't want to sit down and do that because I think that's boring. I think walking and seeing things together, taking in fresh air, catching a vibe, and that's my ideal now of a first date. I feel like when I was younger, a first date was like, well, we go to the movies. I want to take her into the movies, or I want to take her to go get something to eat. We going to TGI, like, you know what I'm saying?
If you ever take me on a date,
those were the younger days.
Fridays,
those are the younger days.
no, sir.
Those are the younger days. But definitely, I would do that. I would do that for sure. Good. Do a walk. What's your ideal of a first date that someone should take you on, or someone would take you on? Sorry, I'm asking for a friend.
Stupid ass.
He needs tips.
Boy needs to watch a rom-com.
For real.
I don't know. An ideal first date now in my big age.
Big age.
I would say something like artsy.
Okay.
Something like I'd love to do like candle making.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun.
I'm into stuff like that. It was a DIY. Like would you say that's a DIY? That's not DIY.
You go to a place.
So that's a class. But like anything with like those like classes where you make stuff, chef classes.
Yeah.
Painting with a twist, like those bonding things.
Painting with a twist, not really, but like the chef classes are cool.
Mm-hmm. Because y'all make really good food.
Yeah.
But
never did one of those.
Yeah, definitely gotta. I'll tell my homeboy. I'll make sure he knows. I'm Stefan.
Do you have any bad first date stories?
Bad first date stories. Nah, Because we never had a bad first date.
I wasn't your only girlfriend though.
You weren't? You sure? You sure you wasn't my first? Only everything? My everything. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, because that Kanye concert, it wasn't gonna be me.
Whoa, shoot. Speaking of Kanye, Kanye crazy. Yeah, we not talking about Kanye. We already talked about that. But no, what Kanye concert are you talking about?
2017.
Oh my gosh, Life of Pablo concert.
2016.
When he was floating around on the platform and I never made it because he went crazy and canceled
Literally
the rest
went
of the
crazy,
tour.
yeah.
So mad. And I had the 100s too, so like basically I don't know if y'all see those videos of Beyonce floating around in a car right in front of the crowd. I was basically sitting at the spot where Ye would have been like the whole night, straight eye level. Like, could you imagine? Beautiful morning, you're the sun of my morning, babe. Nothing I want it.
I couldn't imagine.
That was 2016, bro.
It got canceled for a reason.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to go. Oh, girl.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
But
everything's happens. What is this symbol? Stop with this next gen 2024.
It's the new heart,
y'all, what y'all
guys.
know about this? Where you put your thumb on your index finger and like
you do it, a big ass heart.
you look like you're trying to snap your fingers. Hey, do your
You're
stand?
not supposed to snap with your pointer finger.
Do it all by yourself.
What finger you snap with?
I snap with the middle finger and your thumb. That's how you snap.
Oh, I snap with my ring finger.
Right there. All of a sudden,
Listen to me.
Damn, that's a song right there.
Listen to me.
You know we playing that after this.
Don't quit your day job. Cut the singing.
For sure. For sure.
It's like cat on blackboard.
I know you're not trying to talk about singing. You have a beautiful voice, ain't even gonna lie. But yeah.
Yeah, you like when I sing you a lullaby to sleep every night.
For real. It's
like I'm in the Cheetah Girls.
For real. With the broken promises. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wasn't she in Cheetah Girls?
Cheetah Guards? Yes.
Yeah, all of them. The girls, the guards.
The boys.
Fire. No, but definitely. Damn, I can't sit well. Damn, episode 2, you were struggling. Now I'm struggling. We gonna have to do
it looks like you really do gotta do.
I really do have to. Damn. Jeez, like.
I didn't know you had to do.
I am sweating, but no. Honestly,
all right, we can cut it right here, y'all boys.
No,
Steph has to do.
Yeah, I think we have to. Oh my gosh, episode 9 was a blast.
Yeah, and the bathroom is gonna blow up. All right, y'all boys. Steph's got a shit. So.
Oh my gosh. Listen, episode 10, stay tuned. It's gonna be next week, of course. Next weekend. This week is a busy week at work. We have a new project for spring 2026. So that's gonna be fun. At the end of the week, I'm sure I'm going to have some new updates of, my position there at Nike. So we'll see some new things that I have coming up this week. This weekend, my boy Tay is getting married out in Houston. So I got to shoot over to Houston for literally a day and a half, shoot right back and go right back to work on Monday. So it's going to be a very busy week, but I'm excited. And for you, you won't have me for the weekend.
I'm going to go see my grandma.
You're going to be upstate. So remember Grandma, she was in episode 5, our first guest. And we will be bringing our second guest soon. By episode 13, I do have another guest that I want to bring on. But episode 10, we don't have a guest. But I think by episode 11, we should have, have that lined up. And we should be like getting that ball rolling. But I love y'all. I would love to talk more, but...
Gotta do.
Shit's coming.
All right, y'all boys.
Hey,
peace, love,
much
happiness.
Love. Listen.
Make this week the best week of your life.
And again,
don't take no shit from nobody.
Exactly. Not even me. And don't forget, you know what I'm saying, that's your unwanted feedback for today.
You didn't ask for it, but we gave it to you anyway.
Anyway, see you next time when we have more stuff you didn't want to hear about. And again, we love y'all. See you next week. We out.